Stream. Test.
Testing sound. 3, 2, and 1. I think it's been several minutes. 1, 2, and 3. Hi. We're not the bartenders. We're the live show. And our wonderful bartenders will help you over here. Live show. Time for a live show. Hell of a lot better than a dead one. Yes, indeed.
That's not bad. Because what happens if you don't know how to cook a steak and you just, or you just have a terrible steak? Not on somebody else, not on my dime. Not at a restaurant. Not at a restaurant where I thought they were going to cook it.
Big shiny microphone.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Got a nice voice too.
You're going to have to buy me a drink if you keep doing that, Chris.
You're gonna get two.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yes. Make it 3.
All right, should we press the button?
Shall we begin the live show?
All right. Oh, hey, that was a hard cut. But hello, Clifford.
Well, hello there, Justin. How are you, sir?
And hello to everybody on the internet. We're live on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook.
I can't believe it, but this is episode 700. It's been nearly 15 years of us hosting our weekly live stream, a little corner of mischief that we like to call Torn Tuesday. Welcome, everybody. You're joining us, and you're live on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and all other platforms, far and wide, Instagram and Discord, and everybody in between. My name, if you may not know yet.
We just told them.
My name, if you may not know yet, is Clifford Broadway. That there is Justin Sewell, and we're here to bring you another wonderful episode and to celebrate a milestone for an all-volunteer web community that is just here by and for the fans of J.R.R. Tolkien. Would you believe it?
I don't believe it. 14 years
Believe it.
with you, Cliff. You're the longest relationship I've ever had.
I'm still waiting on those flowers. Still. But hello there, yes. Good to see you guys. You know, it was a crazy Comic-Con weekend. We have so much to follow up with you guys about our experiences, the wonderful things that happened at San Diego. We have, of course, a celebration of sorts. You can see all of our wonderful memorabilia that we have spread out here on the bar. Wait a minute, the bar. Wait a minute. We're not even in our living rooms anymore. Yes, we are coming to you live from the wonderful, inimitable, the one and only Scum and Villainy Cantina, right here in the heart of Hollywood. So we have a big thank you to the hardworking staff and the owners of Scum and Villainy for hosting us here today. Thank you, guys. You're the best.
Thank you, guys.
Truly, always the best.
And later tonight, after this show, Kevin Smith is going to be doing his Fat Man Beyond podcast.
That's right, Kevin Smith. I'm going to be breathing all over this microphone, and then Kevin gets to breathe all over it later tonight. What a deal.
It's like the old days when we were the opener for Nerdist podcasts, and Chris Hardwick would crash our show, and vice versa.
Yeah. Yes. The ever-benevolent Chris. That was so fun. I remember those good old days at Meltdown Comics.
We've been doing the show so long that we've survived 7 different streaming platforms.
Yes, and a fire, and moving across town, and oh my gosh, it's been insane.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Well done to you.
I need to congratulate you, too, as well, for helping pull the strings behind the scenes and making all the magic happen. And, you know, I can't say I could have done it without you, because I'd rather say that I could not have done it without you.
I know you couldn't have done it without me.
That's quite true. That's quite true.
Well, to celebrate...
Do we have it here? Really? Is it the most sought-after...
The most sought-after Comic-Con non-exclusive.
Wow.
These are the official Middle-earth Enterprises Prancing Pony pints.
Oversized pints. This is to you. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to another 700 episodes. Here we go.
This is the first time that these mugs have had actual
Refreshing.
beverage inside. I don't know if there's a camera there, but I've got a real cold beverage
Got mine
in
right here. It's very good.
Mine's in here.
This is
So this is
lovely.
the first time they're being used. They were not for sale at Comic-Con. They were only for display, but the reaction to everybody.
Everybody wanted this.
Everybody wanted this.
They didn't want any other piece of merchandise as much as they wanted this. And let's talk about this. These are handmade. The pony, the prancing pony design, was created by none other than Daniel Falconer of Weta.
That's right.
That's right. And we had to tell people no. All 5 days of Comic-Con, we had to keep saying, I love the way you think, but we don't have these for sale yet.
And they were the logo was designed by Daniel Falconer, but these were manufactured by Berg Schneider.
Berg Schneider, handmade craftspeople in Germany, making these things by hand.
By hand,
The
real
old-fashioned
wood,
way.
real wood and leather, and this
Yeah.
is just a sample of what the Brandywine Festival is going to be.
I'm
We had
looking forward to
Bale
that.
Miller on our panel at Comic-Con talking all about the Brandywine Festival, which is a 5-day LARP in Kentucky. They rented 300 acres in Kentucky for a full 5-day Lord of the Rings LARP, and this is just one prop of hundreds that are going to be built.
Totally amazing and immersive experience that is coming up in the second week of October. And, I just put on my lanyard. I wanted to get back into the San Diego feels. So I've got my Comic-Con lanyard. And what was the other most popular thing that we had? This beautiful button designed by our staff person from theonering.net. This is the Rebellions Are Built on Hope button. And it has Aragorn's broken sword and the leaf pin of Lothlorien. And, of course, that's a reference to Aragorn having the pseudonym of Estelle when he was raised as a little boy in Elrond gave him a fake name so that nobody would come a-calling looking to assassinate this baby. So they gave the baby Aragorn a name, and it was Hope. The Elvish word for hope is Estelle. And I know you guys knew that already. I mean, our audience is that kind of linguistic audience that knows all these little inner secrets of Tolkien lore. Isn't it great?
It's great.
That's absolutely totally great.
It's fantastic.
It's totally great.
The chat room, it's people are still joining the chat room. It's wonderful to see everybody.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Before we get into all the memories of Comic-Con this year and maybe some memories of the last 699 episodes, Cliff.
Oh, I can't.
Today is a big day for Lord of the Rings fans. Huge day.
Yes, indeed.
It is the release day of Tales of the Shire, a brand new video game
indeed.
on all the consoles: Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam.
Steam. I just got Steam downloaded on my MacBook, so I'm totally going to get Tales of the Shire. I'm so excited about this. The ultimate cozy dream of an Animal Crossing game, but it's actually in the Shire, and it's going to be so brilliant. Welcome. All the Hobbit lasses are here in their Hobbit
we've
outfits.
got cosplayers in the house.
We've got cosplay hobbits in the house. It's lovely to see you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Well, Tales of the Shire was trending this morning. I woke up, checked Twitter, and there it is. #1 trend in the United States is Tales of the Shire.
First thing that I saw was Tea with Tolkien, who's a good friend of ours, and she's like, I'm downloading this now. Are you? And everybody just went, yes, they're totally downloading it.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to play later this evening. It's going to be really great.
Yeah, so happy
So great.
release day of Tales of the Shire. We talked to the folks at Weta. They were at Comic-Con, and we said, hey,
Oh, yes.
can you be
Yes.
on the show? And they said it's such a long flight back to New Zealand that they actually would not be awake when our show is on right now.
Okay.
But we wish them
That's
the
fair.
best
That's
for
fair.
a release day party. I'm sure that they're celebrating there at Weta Workshop in New Zealand because congratulations, Weta Workshop, on your wonderful game release.
Yes. Do you know, it was really exciting to have Richard Taylor sitting next to me at the panel presentation on Sunday. And Richard was so proud and so excited to have this Tales of the Shire video game coming out now. It is actually the very first video game that has ever been made by Weta, and it might be the first video game made by a company that specializes in props and visual effects and latex hobbit ears and things like that. Now they're in the video game business.
Yeah, and
It's so great.
And Richard revealed at the panel. Here's a picture on screen of our panels.
Yes.
Richard revealed that this is not the first and last game. They're very, very enthusiastic about the gaming space. With nothing to announce yet, but he did say that this won't be their last. That's our panelists at our Comic-Con panel. You see Cliff on the left, Frederica, who has long been with Middle Earth and long a friend of the One Ring.
Yes.
Cliff, talk about what you were saying on the panel about the Brandywine Star. Because most people had never heard of this until you said it at the panel.
There was quite an audience response there. For the Brandywine Star was a thing that existed, I believe, in 1981, 82. It first.
I don't know if I was born yet.
I don't know if you were. I was 11 years old, actually. And this was the coolest thing. Tolkien Enterprises was publishing a quarterly newsletter. And you got it in the mail. Every 3 months, you'd run out to your mailbox, and there it was. It was this beautifully made newsletter that was folded out, a gatefold, in 3 sections. It had scholarship articles, crossword puzzles, recipes, and really cool illustrations that were submitted by fans. It was put together by the gentle people in Berkeley, California, who had been running Tolkien Enterprises.
I don't think you need to duck down.
It was so cool. It was totally
Mental
cool.
moments.
And the announcement that we made at the panel was that the new folks at Middle Earth Enterprises...
First off, why have you never
wait.
shown me any of these classic... Because I'd never heard of this, and you've never shown me anything, and you've showed me everything that you've collected. You've shown me all your signatures. You showed me your stupid movie. You showed me everything.
Thanks.
Except
yes.
this.
Well, that's because when I was about 13, there was a house fire where those newsletters were stored, and I lost all of my fantasy books, and I lost all of my maps and my Middle Earth posters and my old early 80s and 70s J.R.R. Tolkien calendars, and I also lost my Brandywine Stars. But they were really great, though.
You collected all of them. You never
did.
threw them away.
No, I never threw them away. I collected all of them.
Wow, a house
Absolutely.
fire.
It was a thing that happens every now and then. But you know what? It's coming back. The folks are bringing it back. And I mean the people who used to be called Embracer Group, and now they are, more properly, Middle Earth Enterprises. And is it true? Maybe we should inform our audience that the newer name, Fellowship Entertainment, will be coming to the fore very soon.
Yeah, and Fellowship Entertainment is going to be the parent company of Middle Earth Enterprises.
That's
and Middle
right.
Earth, that was the whole QR code. I don't know if we have any flyers here. Yeah, there's a flyer right there.
Yeah, there's one right
So
here.
there's a QR code that was given out at the panel, and that QR code signs you up for the Brandywine Star, the newly relaunched newsletter from Cliff's childhood, is now an e-newsletter. We're bringing Tolkien in the 21st century with email newsletters.
That's really brilliant. The resurrection of the Brandywine Star is something I'm really looking forward to in many ways.
Well, that was one of the exciting things. That also on this panel, that was Cliff and Frederica and me and Jed Brophy and Richard Taylor. There's John Mayo from Middle Earth Enterprises, Jay Comas from Middle Earth. And then there's Bale Miller, who's doing the Brandywine Festival. We just talked about that. Matt, Nerd of the Rings, was on stage with us talking about being the best Tolkien YouTuber out there. And, of course, John Paul Dumont, who made Return to Moria, announced a huge new DLC for Return to Moria.
The Return to Moria video game is so super cool, and they have this big expansion that's coming out, and they were with us on the panel to talk all about it. It was really lovely to meet John Paul that day. It really was. People in the YouTube chat are asking, where do I sign up? Hello, Princess Toy Nerd. It's good to see you. There's Julia. There's Monica. Hey, it was good to see you, Monica. They're in San Diego.
You know what?
Totally cool.
I don't know if we have a URL to sign up. We just had the QR codes. If anyone's in the chat room, or if there's a John Mayo in the chat or a Chris Northrup around, I'd love to know what the URL is to sign up for folks at home. His phone is dead. He can't even tell me.
He can't even tell you. Oh, come on, Chris Northrup.
All right, we're working on that. We'll get you guys a link so that you can sign up for this newsletter at home, because it's so wonderful. I tell you, everybody in the room felt your story. And they felt all of the emotions at the panel of just how everyone's thinking about Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and taking Tolkien's legacy to the next level with all this. So it's just really exciting. The Comic-Con support.
Yeah, it is. No, that's the thing about the convention experience. It brings together, in a very unique way, people who never ever get to see each other but once a year. So when you talk about family reunion vibes, that's exactly what it is. Totally family reunion. And it's kind of like a love fest. It's like we're back in the 60s counterculture, and it's a total love fest for those fans. And I think I kind of tapped into that. At the end of the conversation, instead of going into an audience Q&A, I just started to get kind of into my feelings about how we take care of one another in this kind of fandom. And there's a difference between Star Wars fans and anime fans and anybody else in between. There is a really big difference with the way that Tolkien fans regard one another, and it's the way that they look after one another. And look at that. You see that paper sleeve? Wasn't it full of goodies? You were giving away those sleeves at the booth.
Well, Middle Earth was giving away these little paper sleeves
let's
for
talk about
free.
the booth. Let's talk about the success of their booth.
Yeah, let's talk about the booth. Okay,
the Middle Earth booth was a phenomenal concept. It was structured to be oversized so that when you walked up to the bar, you felt like you were a Hobbit-sized person. Everything there was oversized. The bench, the counter, the lanterns up in the corner. And a lot of people didn't know.
Look how small I look.
They didn't even know. Some people, I told them later on, do you know the scale? I'm like, the scale of that was built to make you feel like you were about 3 feet 6 inches tall, which is an amazing thing. And this is even better, to have something like this.
Look, that is a Gandalf next to all of us normal-sized humans and hobbits and.
There's Nerd of the Rings right there on the side.
Look at that.
That's so great.
Let's see what other pictures I have. Yeah, and look at that up in the corner in the shadows. Cliff, you recognized it immediately.
I did. That was Gollum.
That was Gollum before Andy Serkis?
That was the Gollum that was done by Brother Theodore, who had quite the career in New York City doing dark comedy and cabaret acts. And Rankin and Bass pulled him in to be, the vocals for Gollum. And you know what? Remember that Tom Hanks movie, The Burbs? Brother Theodore, who did Gollum, he was also one of the character actors in that movie, The Burbs, believe it or not. And he has this absolutely distinct, weird East European accent with that gravelly Gollum voice. You watch that movie and you'd be like, oh, sugar, I remember that guy. That's Gollum. Opposite Tom Hanks in that movie. Not that anybody remembers that stuff, but, I'm OG like that. Do you think that we're going to see the recreation of the Prancing Pony booth at New York Comic-Con?
I don't know. That was
maybe?
a huge booth. I don't know how they even got it there, but
I hope they get it. I hope they can put it together because it's amazing.
Let me show you this picture, Cliff, because this happened on the last.
Check this out,
the
folks.
last day.
Check this
folks.
out.
The last day. Every year at Comic-Con, the entire Comic-Con staff with their Comic-Con T-shirts and security staff, they go to one booth at the very end on Sunday night, and they say, the staff has voted, and you guys, Middle Earth, is the best booth of Comic-Con, and we'd love to officially take our
great.
staff portrait in front of your booth. And that's what Comic-Con staff did, unofficially voted the Middle Earth booth, the Prancing Pony pub that is built to scale, the same dimensions that Weta Workshop built the sets in New Zealand for those movies 25 years ago.
To make the actors seem Hobbit size.
And it was voted the best booth at Comic-Con according to the staff of Comic-Con.
That's brilliant.
And Cliff, after they took the photo, the big burly foreman, the union boss guy, with his Comic-Con shirt, walks up and he hands me a poster tube.
Yeah.
He's like, it is a privilege every year we hand the official diagram schematics, the building schematics of Comic-Con show
No way.
to the best booth. And so I am currently in possession of the schematic drawing, the giant schematic drawing of the Comic-Con booth, of the whole SDCC this year.
I bet you Jay and John are really proud. I bet you everyone working on that is really proud of that.
No, the
phenomenal.
more importantly, the fans are proud. Like, Cliff,
Yeah.
you saw the reaction.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the reactions you saw fans have seeing the booth for the first time.
Just, I mean, thrilled and delighted, and something that you would call the sparkle in the back of someone's eyes, because they feel like, oh, hell yeah, look at this. Suddenly I'm Hobbit-sized. And it was a unique experience because
Yeah, you can go, Greg.
they weren't selling any merchandise. They were just introducing people to the feeling, the environment, and they got a lot of goodwill from all the people attending just for that reason. You know who went over there with me? Hilly Hindi from the Hillywood Show. And she was there. Believe me, I'm a big fan and a supporter of the Hillywood Show, because I was one of the character actors that they asked to star in their Umbrella Academy parody.
Monica in the chat room says it
And
was
it was
jaw-dropping. I'm reading the
so
chat
great.
room right now.
That's what she reacted. When Hilly was brought over, her jaw hit the floor, and she was like, no way! Are you kidding? And she's professionally built some of the most amazing sets and recreations for all of her parody films. It was really cool.
That is
really
super
amazing.
Incredible. There was a former bartender and manager of Scum and Villainy, Carissa Marston. She's now over at Thrilljoy Collectibles, who
that's
threw an
right.
amazing party, by the way. Thank you, Thrilljoy, for inviting us in.
Yeah, that was
But,
a really fun event.
You know, she's tall. She's your height.
Yeah, she
and
is.
she walked into the booth the first day and had tears in her eyes because
No way.
in her heart of hearts, she's always personally identified with the hobbits and felt like a hobbit, but she's a tall woman.
Yeah.
And this was
yeah.
the first time walking into this oversized booth that she actually felt like a hobbit.
Oh,
And
that's so
all
cool.
of these emotions were coming out. And
brilliant.
And that's just one person. We saw this repeated over and over again. 150,000 people at Comic-Con, and we just saw so many people just welling up over like I've always wanted to feel like this. It's like feeling like a hobbit for the first
terrific.
time.
You know, she's a brilliant woman. I love Carissa. I used to work with her personally. We were co-staff together working here at Scum and Villainy. And now both of us have moved on to more interesting little things we're doing. And now her work with Thrilljoy was a huge successful launch for them.
Yeah.
Just as much
the
as...
new Hobbit figure, the
Yeah.
Frodo figure, and the Gandalf figure.
Hell yeah. And
Amazing.
do you know-
And you all called her Mila Jovovich in the chat room, and she
loved
loves
that.
you.
She did
she
love
loves
that.
the Tolkien fandom.
that kind of made her cry too. She was like, oh my God.
Cliff, I have some
so
surprises
great.
for you. It's our 700th episode. We've
Is
been
it
doing this
really?
podcast for 14 years. And while your back was turned, I got this.
What happened?
Hey, Cliff. Happy 700.
Keep up the good work. We want to get to 800 or maybe 1800.
1800.
Why don't you have us on together speaking about stuff?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. We like each other a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. You got Graham McTavish and Jed to do that behind my
Stars
back?
of Spartacus. Yep.
You're kidding. I was standing right there.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't even know they were
even
doing that. You get out of here, man. That's hilarious. I love those guys. Hey, listen, Jed, Graham, you are welcome on our show any old time you want to come on. Absolutely, anytime. But you're going to have to bring your own long bottom leaf, because I've got mine. Did you get a message from Mark Odesky, too? Are you kidding?
Cliff Broadway, my dear friend and fellow traveler. So proud of you. 700 episodes of Torn Tuesday. Like, The Simpsons only reached 700 episodes, I think. So you are in great, great company. So pleased and proud for all you've achieved. So much more to come. Congratulations, my friend, and all best.
I love you, Mark Ordesky. You're awesome. That man's awesome. Okay, all right. Before I get all like verklempt, I gotta say that we wouldn't have a Lord of the Rings trilogy if it wasn't for people like Mark Ordesky.
Oscar winner, executive
Just amazing.
producer of Lord of the Rings, Mark Ordesky. He's got all the Oscars.
Thank you, brother. Thank you,
And-
man. He's amazing. Thank you for all the support and all the love over all these years. You know, you asshole.
No, how you feeling?
guy-
How you feeling?
This guy's such an ass. You're just trying to work me over now, man. I'm like, Like, you know what? Stick a fork in me, folks, because I am done. I am totally done. Ellen's here with her Cheshire Cat grin. That means all the mischief is happening. You guys are really awesome. Do you know that Mark Ordesky used to live a block away from me down on Vista Street? Literally. He lived across the street from where Michael Jackson went to 3rd grade at the Gardner Street Elementary School, which is right down there. And then he moved away to the beautiful land of New Zealand.
But he's been such a supporter of the show. He helped
has
inspire
been,
all the
yes.
reunion shows. We did a reunion show here. This whole bar was filled with Oscar winners. There's the most Oscar winners that ever been in Scum and Villainy.
Randall William Cook, visual effects supervisor Jim Rigel. We had Sala Baker. We had the webmaster of McKellen.com. That would be Keith Stern.
Michael Pellerin.
We had the producer of all of the behind the
Sean
scenes.
Astin was here.
Michael Pellerin was here. Sean Astin has come to join us. And more than that, we've had Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan sitting right here causing a lot of trouble.
Singing pub songs.
Which
I'll take a drink to that.
Yeah, thank you. I will too. I tell you what, it has been an amazing journey, but there's more to come. There's much more to come.
Well, there's more for you. There's more for you, Cliff. Here we go.
Wow,
John
has
May.
it really been 700 episodes? I mean, I remember when I was at Warner Brothers working on The Hobbit when you guys started this amazing weekly podcast. It's been such a great journey for everyone, the fans, included. It's an incredible accomplishment, and it's just a really great thing for everyone to be able to experience and be part of. And I really am appreciative of your guys' time and your care about everything to do with Middle-earth. And we look forward to officially be working with you more in the future. The adventure ahead looks very incredible, and it started at Comic-Con for us this past week. You know, being able to have support from you guys and be part of everything that our efforts is going forward. So we look forward to the future at Middle-earth and the One Ring, and congratulations again.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's awesome. This is so good. This is like an episode of This Is Your Life. I know, right? So who are you going to bring out now?
Oh, no, I'm going to take a break now.
Who are you going to bring out now? Yeah. Like the AI regenerated Peter Cushing? Is that who's coming out next?
You told me you told me you didn't like that.
No, I'm totally fine with that. It was the other people in the room who said.
Well, Cliff, tell us about your first get for this show, because we had just started on Stickam before podcasts were even a thing, before the first major lawsuit about podcast patents and everything.
That's true.
And you got a call. You got a random call from one of the actors and said, you guys need to come over to my house.
That is true. That was when Sean Astin said, can you guys come way out here to the far-flung mountains beyond Thousand Oaks, the Thousand Oaks, Calabasas area? And I said, sure, we can drive out that far. Why? What's going on? And Sean Astin said, because I'm going to show you Sam Wise's frying pan and his saucepans and his rolling pins and his backpack. And I saved all this stuff from the prop department, and I want to show it to you. So you guys come on over to my living room. We set up the cameras. We did this whole interview with Sean at his house. And while we were trying to talk to him, his daughters, who are now this tall, they were just little 6-year-old kids, and they were bouncing outside the living room windows, jumping up and down from the windowsill, trying to distract us and have fun while we were doing the interview. That was the most hilarious thing.
You got to wear Sam Wise's actual backpack from the movies.
I got to wear his backpack.
And the pans are still hanging off the...
Yeah, the saucepans. The one where he actually bonks an orc on the head and says, I think I'm getting the hang of this. It was the same frying pan that he was holding in the Fellowship of the Ring. And boy, was he proud of that, and rightfully so. He was really proud of that. But what was more weird was that we hadn't started anything. We didn't even have a footprint in the blogosphere as a running live show.
We didn't have a social media. We had just started the show. This was like within the first couple weeks.
And
he's
said,
like, I love this.
You know, my hat is off to you, Sean Astin. You are and will forever be a gentleman and a scholar. And he's been like the #1 supporter of this little fan web community from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Sean, we love you. Wait a minute. He's running to be president of the Screen Actors Guild. What? Yes, that's right. Yes. He is running to be president of SAG.
I'd
Go
vote
Sean.
for Sam.
I
You
would-
guys would vote for Sam?
Everybody vote for Samwise.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone would vote for Sam. Totally. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. All right. I know a lot of you folks are coming in to get a good seat for Kevin Smith, and you get to enjoy Kevin's show later on this evening. But now, get yourselves comfortable, grab a pint, because yes, it comes in pints. And you can have a really good time, get comfy. I tell you what, the one thing that I love most about Comic-Con is when it's over. I can't tell you the level of 5-day fatigue. How many days were you there for, Ellen? You were there for all 5? Yeah. And what is that fatigue? How do you rate that 1 to 10, that con fatigue?
It's
50?
intense. 50, yeah.
Yeah.
And just to give people at home a
level
sense of
50
scale, here's
fatigue.
a picture of our booth. And this is just one of 8 halls. This is just one picture of 8 halls. So
Wow.
8 halls back to back to back. We are in this picture, and you can't even tell because there's 150,000 people and
Wait a minute.
thousands of exhibitors.
I can see where we are.
Where
Yeah.
can you see?
Well, we're next to the Tokyo Pop booth.
Right,
right
the
next to
red
them.
one right in the center there?
Yeah, that red one with the red neon.
Yeah.
You know, it was really good to have neighbors with Tokyo Pop at San Diego Comic-Con.
Cliff, it gets better because there you are in your big blue shirt
And there I
your
was.
and your little Totoro hat.
Yes, I was wearing. Now that was actually my Jigglypuff hat. I had a Pokemon moment. I don't know why, but you know what was really cool? Tokyo Pop has released a new comic book of the Lilo and Stitch Japanese anime show, and I got to be a voiceover actor when that Japanese show was brought over to America and they needed an English language localization. And so I told them that, and they're like, "Oh, come on over, sign some comic books." And that was the very first time ever as an animated voiceover actor that anybody asked me at a convention to sign anything for them.
You got your first autograph
I got my
request?
first autograph in.
Look
as
at this guy.
A voiceover actor. It was crazy. It was so crazy.
This
Yes.
is a picture of our booth. We had our Prancing Pony Club shirts. Yes, the Prancing Pony Club.
Yeah, that was great.
It sold out by Friday. We were sold out faster than anything. We're just done.
Because they were Chapel Roan approved. Hashtag
Not approved.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry. But, you know, when someone makes a gag and says, yeah, you should take that Prancing Pony and say it's Prancing Pony Club, it was the best wordplay that it came. Who came up with that? It was Green Dragon.
Yeah.
Our own staff
Green Dragon.
member, Kirsten, Green Dragon, came up with that.
And we had
And
we
we ran
brought
with
these
it. We ran with it.
wonderful stained glass tiles for the first time to Comic-Con from Geek Orthodox. These are officially licensed Lord of the Rings stained glass. We had both
Yes.
real stained glass and static window clings. So for $30 you could get a window cling that goes on your window and just makes it all look like stained glass. The Green Dragon stained glass right there looks so cool. You had to really see these in person to be like pretty wowed and impressed by it because they
Yeah,
look
you did.
they look great. And of course, a fan brought me a Haladriel
We got some of these.
a friendship bracelet, and that was
You
the
wanted
highlight. That was the highlight of my
That's
con.
your little personal ship. You go ahead and do that. I got Button Lady, the world famous Button Lady, to give me this really cool friendship bracelet. Nancy, one of our wonderful long-term volunteers with the OneRing.net, was working with us. Thank you, Nancy, for all those hard days and nights working with us at the booth. And let's talk for a quick second about her Rebellions Are Built on Hope. And this is a cool and little pin that she made.
That's not Tolkien.
It's Andor meets Tolkien. Rebellions are built on hope.
I
Because why? Because when Aragorn was being raised in Rivendell as a little kid, he was using the pseudonym of Hope. The elves called him Estelle, and they never used his real name when he grew up. So yes, thank you, Nancy. Besides this giant mug, your pin was the hottest pin at the convention. It really was. It was great. Well done. So this is going to be the real fun stuff. I've got a pipe that I brought with me. This was a gift when, years and years ago, they did this event in Utah. It was called FantasyCon. Remember that?
yes.
Yes. And at one point we were I was doing an MC job, and we brought all the actors out on stage. It was really insane. But that was the best Salt Lake City experience that they had in terms of a large level convention. It was so good. And I got this. This is my personal favorite gift. Never been used, completely clean. But for Halloween, it's my best prop. It's a great prop. Yes, no, yeah. The audience is like, smoke it, smoke it.
That's for Kevin Smith's show after.
Yeah, that's Kevin's deal. Yeah, you know.
Well, Cliff, I just got authorized. I just got the text message from the fine folks of Middle Earth. They're gonna give fans watching this podcast right now.
Really?
If you want one of the Comic-Con exclusive sleeves, let me show you what was in it.
Goodies, lots of goodies.
These are coasters from 4 different pubs in the Lord of the Rings books.
The Golden Perch, right here.
Green Dragon Inn.
And the Prancing Pony.
And the Floating Log.
The no jokes. Shush. Stop it.
So you get a set of 4 coasters from different pubs in Middle Earth.
And you get this beautiful tattoo. Is this a temporary tattoo?
That's a temporary tattoo of the official ring script.
The ring script that is found
now,
inside
Cliff,
the One Ring.
Cliff, I have to ask you, can we put that ring script on your beautiful dome?
Sure. You want to? Can we do that? I'm going to get a wet towel so we can do a Really? You're not lying.
Would you do that?
Be glad to. Why not?
All right.
It's my 700th episode. I've got a shiny bald head. Let's put 2 and 2 together. Let's make it work.
How do we get this done? Where's the beautiful step? JC, you got a wet napkin. You got. Oh, are we actually going to do this, Cliff?
Yeah, sure. I'm down.
You're going to be the Lord of the.
Here's an irony. Do you know why I'm willing to get tattooed live on the air? Because when my documentary film Ringers, Lord of the Fans was released, I was on the radio station and I got this tattoo on the air while the radio disc jockey interviewed me. Their LA morning radio show. Seriously.
You got that live on the radio?
Yeah.
No one watches radio. You know
that's okay, but they could hear me answering questions and going, ow, ow, while I was trying to talk. So it was totally like that.
All right.
That's totally what happened.
Who wants to help Cliff? Nobody.
That's fine. Let's do it.
Ellen's gonna help you.
Always trusted Ellen.
Here's the thing.
Here we go. Are we gonna do this?
Right here over the.
Right here. Okay. Instructions. Do I have to have? There's no instructions.
There's no instructions. You peel the plastic and
get it wet. Okay.
Peel the plastic and stick it on your skin. I can't believe. Cliff is going to get his second Lord of the Rings tattoo.
Live on the air. Getting a tattoo live on the air. Although this one can only last so long. This evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then wet rack.
And then count to 20? All right. I think I'm ready. I'm ready. Will you be gentle with me?
All right, come over here. Come over right here.
Let's come over right here, okay.
Where people can see.
Okay, hey.
All right here. All right, we're gonna put the ring script. I don't know if he's gonna turn into a Nazgul or not at this point.
Here we go. Let's do it.
All right, we'll do this. Okay.
And
wet rag.
Wet rag. Wet, and then hold.
Hold the rag for 20 seconds.
Yeah, really push. That's it.
It's got to get wet.
Ellen, I didn't know you cared.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go, guys. That's awesome. Yes. This is actually happening.
18, 17, 16,
15, 14, 13, 12, 11.
700
10,
episodes of Torn
9,
Tuesday,
8,
and we're finally getting a
7,
tattoo
6,
on the air.
5, 4, 3.
Forget Lord of the Rings.
2,
I'm waiting
1.
to see the Dome of the Rings.
Oh, gosh, this is so great. You guys, this is so perfect. It's happening.
You got that corner. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Hot.
Oh. Ellen, tell the world. What is it?
It is hot.
Oh, my God.
So hot.
Really?
So hot.
Is this happening? This has actually happened. Look. All right, now I got to get a photo of this. The chat room is exploding. Oh, my gosh. You guys are hilarious. I got to do this. I got to take a selfie live on the air. Oh, yeah, okay.
You have a photographer.
You guys are... Thank you, by the way. This is awesome. This actually happened. Are you folks kidding me?
Cliff, you're the Mike Tyson of Middle Earth. That's what the chat room is saying right now.
Get in this picture with me. Get in this picture with me.
We're on the air. I can't believe you're taking selfies on the air.
Why wouldn't I? I've been on the air for 700 episodes. That is brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very kindly. Ellen, you are awesome. You guys, that is brilliant.
All right, so I got.
I love that.
Middle Earth just texted me that we'll give away people that are watching at home, if you want a one of these Comic-Con exclusive packs, which is temporary tattoos of the ring script that Cliff just put on, plus the 4 unique coasters. All you need to do is text me your address to the Torn hotline, 530-64-FRODO. That's really my number.
That's the number.
530-64-FRODO.
For Frodo.
530-643-7636. I'm not putting it on the air in case AI is scraping the graphics or anything. 530-643-7636. Text me on the hotline, and we'll send you in the mail some coasters from Middle Earth. This is really happening. This is really happening.
We also have temporary tattoos for everybody here in the audience who would like. There's temporary tattoos right here. Grab one if you want. You can have the ring script put across your bald head, too, if you want. But first of all, you've got to do the Natalie Portman thing, get it all shaved off, and then get the tattoo. That's the only way it works. This has to be one of the nicest sport coats I've ever seen you. Do you know how close I was? I was really close to wearing my big sparkly rhinestone jacket.
Well,
I almost did.
I wore this to the London red carpet premiere of Rings of Power.
It was the same jacket I wore to the New York premiere to the Rings of Power.
There you go.
We should have communicated our wardrobe.
And this pin is what they gave to attendees to the private party at the British Museum.
That's right.
This is the Star of Elendil.
It is. I have one of those.
Only a couple hundred people in the world have one, and you have one.
I'm very lucky.
And so this is a very special. Look at Cliff. Some of the cosplayers that showed up at our booth. Look how wonderful this cosplayer is.
We had some great Middle Earth.
She made that
cosplay.
all from scratch. She bought OSHA fabric.
She did, and then made it from that. How
OSHA
cool.
fabric, and made her entire tunic and her shield and her purse, all from officially licensed OSHA fabric, which we sold out of at the booth. First time we've ever brought their products, and the blankets sold out, the totes sold out, even the tea towels. We couldn't even keep the tea towels.
With the tea towel was only $17, all sold out. The large blanket was $170 out of zero, all sold out. I can't believe those big ticket
items. And look how wonderful
going.
this Rings of Power cosplay
she's amazing.
was.
She's playing Tar Miriel, the Queen of Numenor.
From Rings of Power.
Yeah,
just incredible cosplay.
You want to follow her on Instagram because she's really amazing.
What's her Insta?
Hold on, I'm about to tell you because I just followed her this weekend. It was so cool to meet with her. Here you go. It is Tar Miriel cosplay. Her cosplay is Nifty to the Thrifty, and her name is Kavitha.
Nifty to the Thrifty is the Muriel, and look at this wonderful.
Nifty to the Thrifty. Follow her, Nifty to the Thrifty.
Lady
on Instagram.
Celebrian with Gandalf. Everybody's to scale. That's what's crazy about this Comic-Con. Everything was to scale. I mean, the Gandalfs were tall, the Hobbits were short, and the wizards were all there when they were meant to be.
Absolutely brilliant. Did the guys from Middle Earth Enterprises like dressing up as Barliman the whole weekend?
You're going to have to ask them in the chat. You know what? If you're in the chat, if Middle Earth, if you're watching, text us if you enjoyed cosplaying.
Yeah,
I bet you it was their first cosplay.
It looked great. You guys looked amazing in the Barliman outfit. I totally thought it was brilliant. But I got to say, people were expecting me to also be there in cosplay. They were.
Why weren't you?
Because you had me chained to the table selling T-shirts. I couldn't I couldn't wear heavy,
Someone
complicated
had
cosplay.
to.
No, I couldn't. You know what? Next time I'll do some bounding, if you want. Like half middle of the road cosplay, you know? So we also have other things. Shall we?
Well,
this
Cliff,
pin from Tolkien.
a couple people just sent in videos.
have-
Check this out, Cliff. 700 episode. Let's go.
Don't do this to me.
Hey guys, how's it going? Congratulations, man. Like, such an accomplishment. I cannot believe you guys have been on the airwaves that long. 70 years? That's crazy. I did not know that Cliff was that old. Like, crazy. Oh, 700 episodes. Okay, that makes a little more sense. That's still a long time, I have to say.
Okay, Matt.
In all
Okay,
seriousness,
Matt.
guys, congratulations. Such an incredible milestone. And honestly, I hope you guys keep going for 700 more. I hope we see Cliff doing this when he's like 95.
Yes, absolutely.
You need to have him in front of that computer screen, you know, to the very end. Like, the dude's got to. I hope we celebrate his 100th birthday on stream someday.
We will.
But
111
guys,
all the way.
Nothing but love. Have a great 700th episode, and we'll see y'all later.
Oh, man. Oh, I love you, Matt. Matt, the Nerd of the Rings, he's the best. Nobody does maps on a YouTube video like he does. He's just brilliant. He's really, really great. So, oh no, is that Caitlin? No way.
Hey, Justin and Cliff. I just wanted to send a nice note to congratulate you guys on 700 episodes of Torn Tuesday. I think that's so cool. That's such a big accomplishment, and I hope you all enjoy a cup of tea or something to celebrate. I hope you guys had so much fun at Comic-Con too. It was so sad that I didn't get to come this year, so I hope to see you guys next year. And I just hope you have a wonderful stream tonight, and thank you for all that you guys do for the community. I will see you all around. Bye.
Yay, Tea with Tolkien. I love her so much.
I'll drink to that.
I love her so
Yay,
much.
700.
She's 700.
I will drink to anything. I got nothing else.
That's really extraordinary. She is the most wonderful person. Well, you know what? She created a little pocket guide, and it was literally called Pocket Guide to Middle Earth, and it was like 8 pages, and it was folded out, and it had the best, like, debriefing, you know, Lord of the Rings for dummies, and she had line item that explained all the most important and basic concepts of the Silmarillion and the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, all in one little pamphlet. It was gone. Everybody grabbed that right away. It didn't last long at all.
Yeah, there were so many freebies, Cliff. Should we show them the other crazy cool freebie that only you would understand?
Yes,
I didn't
please.
understand this poster, but that was all you, and you kind of freaked out when you saw
Oh my God,
it.
the one that was made by Jerry Vanderstelt?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let's open this up. And let's show the audience at home. This is superb. For those of you who are not familiar, Mr. Vanderstelt is one of the premier fantasy science fiction painters and
artists. In fact,
just one of the best in the world. He's amazing.
George Lucas's personal office is filled with Jerry Vanderstelt's paintings from Star Wars.
No way.
George has Jerry on speed dial, and George Lucas, of course, made his very first Comic-Con appearance this weekend. First time ever he's been at Comic-Con, and so Jerry Vanderstelt is George Lucas's favorite artist. And Jerry said, I only want to do one new exclusive for Comic-Con, and he wanted to do it based on the 1977 Hobbit animated cartoon. And Cliff was like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite thing.
It is the coolest thing. Can I sing the song, or are we going to get copyright strike for the song?
Well, copyright I don't think will be an issue. I just don't want to hear you sing. But
Well, in that case, Justin, you're going to hear it. Down, down to Goblin Town, down, down to Goblin Town. This is it. This is the Vanderstelt studio. This is made by Jerry Vanderstelt himself. I wish we could get a close-up of it, but this is the Down to Goblin Town painting that is from The Hobbit, 1977, The Hobbit. It's so cool. Thank you, brother. Oh my God, wow, this is perfect. And if anybody does not recognize this guy, this is the guy who chased Thorin and Bilbo and the dwarves down under the Misty Mountains, where they were captured and held and interrogated by the Great Goblin, who just got more and more and more pissed off the further the conversation went along. Because Thorin, as usual, was being recalcitrant. In other words, uncooperative. Yeah, exactly. There's your 50-cent word for the day. But now, if you remember that distinct 2D hand-drawn style, which was created by the Japanese animators at Topcraft Studio, Jerry Vanderstelt took it to the next fully 3D painted level. And it doesn't look like it's from a 2D hand-drawn. This looks like a real 3D creature in a painted Jerry Vanderstelt world.
You want to put that creature on your wall?
I think it's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, absolutely.
Why is that so cool?
Because, you know, I've never seen the artwork advanced like this. I mean, they were made to be easy to draw, right? This is the opposite. This is incredibly difficult and painstakingly, like, tedious to draw. And that's why it's so beautiful. It's so cool. I mean, the character design is admittedly bonkers character design, but it was made to be quick and easy for Japanese animators to draw over and over again for every hand-painted cell. But what he's done here is a masterstroke. Doesn't this look like it would belong in a 3D CGI movie? It really does.
Yeah,
it's so
it
cool.
is fully rendered from from that weird animated Hobbit movie that was on TV in 1977. They never made any merch for it. It was just a TV movie of the week.
Until now, 46 years later, and this is the first time ever that there's been Rankin and Bass merchandise licensed from this film. And of course, we have to do a Miyazaki Minute in our TV show. The animators who worked at Topcraft, they were encouraged by Isao Takahata and Hayao Miyazaki to go across town and work with them because they were starting a brand new studio called Studio Ghibli. And that was this team of animators who went, after working with Rankin and Bass, they created the Thundercats. They created The Last Unicorn, which is the adaptation of Peter S. Beagle, fabulous novel. And all these animators were very busy working for Miyazaki for many years after that. This is really cool. I love this. Are we giving away some of these? Really?
We've got a couple to give away here in the audience, but you got to earn this. Who voiced first person to yell out?
Okay,
who voiced Gandalf in the animated Hobbit
in 1977? Who was the famous film director who was the voice of Gandalf the Grey? Want a hint? I'll give you a hint. He also directed a famous Oscar-winning movie starring Jack Nicholson. There's your hint. Who was... No, close. No.
Peter O'Toole. That's a good...
Close.
Yes.
Great guess. Not Peter O'Toole. The answer, want another hint? He is the father of Morticia Addams. That's your second big hint. Who's the father of Morticia Addams? Father of Angelica Houston. Who is it? Anybody? John Huston. Yes, Ellen, you're a winner, baby. You got it. You already have one? Okay, she's already got one.
All right.
All right. The answer was John Huston.
Come up with maybe an easier one because no one remembers this cartoon except for you.
What do you mean? Everybody remembers John Huston. Even JC. Okay. Oh, hey. We're going to make the ultimate Star Wars connection to the Lord of the Rings connection.
That's your only hint.
All right. Who was the actor who played Legolas?
The voice of Legolas.
The voice of Legolas in Ralph Bakshi. Switching gears, it's not Rankin and Bass, but the 1978 United Artists release of The Lord of the Rings, Legolas was voiced by whom? Raise your hand. Nope.
Mark Hamill is wrong.
Good guess.
That's right.
That's right. That is right.
There is a Star Wars actor.
Anybody want to guess?
Star Wars 77.
Star Wars 77 actor who
Alec Guinness is a good guess, but wrong.
Not Alec Guinness. Guess again?
It is. He is in the 77 Star Wars.
Do you want a hint? I'll give you guys a good hint, and then you'll know if I do the line of dialogue.
Let me try a hint. His character in Star Wars has the same color hair as Legolas.
That's true. He has no hair. The character in Star Wars has no hair. The character he plays in Star Wars has no hair.
But the color is the same.
The color is...
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else want to guess?
Anthony Daniels, right there.
Anthony Daniels. Who said it first?
Right here.
Anthony Daniels is the voice.
The voice of Legolas is
C-3PO.
C-3PO. Anthony
C-3PO and
Daniels.
Legolas are the same. Now we know. That's how that happened.
And folks at home, if you're
Well done.
watching, again,
Well done.
we've got 10 more. I just got the text from Middle Earth. They're letting me give away more of these. I will send, if
away
you
more.
text the hotline, 530-643-7636, send me your address. Not only will I send you this, I will choose 10 random numbers to send a poster to in addition to the coasters.
That's
so
excellent.
if you've already texted me, don't text me again. But I'm just going to choose 10 more people to get a poster in the mail.
Let's do another retro Rankin and Bass question. Famous radio voice. One of the most famous voices in American radio for many decades.
Casey Kasem?
He was a voice of who in The Return of the King, animated by Rankin and Bass? One of the hobbits.
Shaggy is in...
Shaggy, Casey Kasem...
is in Return of the King?
Is the voice of Meriadoc. Mary... There's Merry and Pippin. Yes,
you stumped me on that.
Casey Kasem is the voice of Meriadoc Brandybuck in The Return of the King. Not going to lie, but that's also true. I think it came out in 81 or 82 when that came out. Yeah. True.
Wow.
You didn't know that? That was Casey Kasem, dude.
No.
Yeah. How about that?
I didn't know.
Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah. I like American Top 40.
Oh, I loved that. I grew up with that. It was the best. You know what? I'm going to give a big shout out right now. Yes. No. I want to do this
Long
right now.
distance dedication. Go ahead.
My long distance dedication is to Ozzy Osbourne. I miss you. I love you so much. I grew up on your music.
Woo!
And there's a forever intersection between heavy metal and the Lord of the Rings. There always has been, with Rush and, of course, Led Zeppelin and all these other great bands. Who? Yeah, Christopher Lee. Yes.
He had a whole metal album.
He sure did. There's a very big Venn diagram between Tolkien and heavy metal, and that's why I love you, Ozzy Osbourne. I give you the biggest shout out, and I miss you very much already. Do you know what? Like a lot of celebrity deaths happen, and then sometimes it's like there goes David Bowie or there goes Ozzy Osbourne, and then you're just like left feeling this big vacuum in your heart. And then you go back to this catalog of all these great albums that you grew up with, and you realize how fantastic it always was from the very beginning. Especially Tom Lehrer just left us, you know? But man, it's been tough. It's been really tough. But let us not look to the past. Let us look to the future, my friends.
We had a crazy, speaking of people that have left us, we had a really good debate at our panel on whether or not they should resurrect Christopher Lee as Saruman.
This is the debate.
Because they did that
This
for
is the
Peter
debate.
Cushing, Christopher Lee's best friend,
Yes.
in Rogue One.
Yep, they did.
Well, let me ask the audience here. What do you guys think of Peter Cushing in Rogue One? Great? It's fine. Yeah, everyone's kind of like...
It was okay?
Yeah. Terrible. But
Terrible?
would you be okay with Christopher Lee coming back as Saruman with all the magic of AI now? If they can get him looking exactly like it. I think they can, because his face is already buried in a big nose and big bushy eyebrows and a big beard.
True.
He's mostly makeup already.
But, I mean, you've got the voice actor from the Clone Wars who did such a remarkable job creating Count Dooku for all those years and all those seasons. What was his name?
Peter Serafinovich?
That
was Darth Maul.
Yeah, no. Darth Maul was what's his name? Sam Witwer. Yeah, that's right.
No, Peter Serafinovich did the voice of Christopher Lee in the documentary last year,
That's
where they
right.
read portions of his autobiography. And I thought that was compelling. And Peter Serafinovich is a great actor.
Yes.
I think he could do Saruman. But if you're going to bring back a character like that, Christopher Lee is so identified. And after watching the documentary, I think both of us watched, I do believe that Christopher Lee would probably be okay with being in Lord of the Rings. I don't think he would allow his likeness to continue on in any other way. But he loved Lord of the Rings and Tolkien so much.
Very
I
much
do
so.
think that it is the one film project that he would be okay with.
I agree.
But the audience at the Comic-Con
audience revealed what you would call a very interesting schism in the audience. 1/3 of them was I think about more than 1/3 during our panel would raise their hands and say, use the same actors and use digital effects to make them look younger. De-age the actors as much as you
a lot
can.
of people weren't into that.
2/3 of the audience absolutely said recast.
Recast Legolas. Recast Aragorn.
Viggo Mortensen. Recast Ian McKellen. And that was a shocking sentiment, actually.
Yeah, the nostalgia is not for the actors. It's for the characters.
Indeed. Well, then again, a lot of people would say, I don't even want to go in to see a Gandalf if it's not Sir Ian McKellen playing Gandalf. And it is admittedly true that Ian McKellen is not a stranger to being de-aged because, of course, as Magneto in Days of Future Past, they were doing the whole de-aging software all over, and he's used to it. He knows how that works.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing that we should mention is that the director of The Hunt for Gollum is none other than Andy Serkis.
And he is pro-AI.
He is pro-digital tools. He's completely pro-use this software
and
as a next generation of software.
And Andy Serkis is probably the best in the world at doing it.
He sure is.
You know, his
He
work
sure
on
is.
Apes, Planet of the Apes movies, incredible. So there was just a lot of interesting pulse of fandom at Comic-Con where the fans are at, whether they want AI, whether they want de-aging, or whether they want recast. I think the overwhelming response was just recast because we just want to play in this world.
Well, ultimately they're going to have to, because I mean,
there's a lot of movies to be made and a lot of stories to tell.
Exactly right. Do you know what else we asked the audience during our panel? We said, raise your hand if you think that there should be more an anthology of Middle-earth stories. Different chapters and different stories across time.
Smaller stories.
Yeah, smaller stories. And everyone went, yes, absolutely. An anthology.
No more trilogies.
No more trilogies. It doesn't have to be that way.
No more trilogies.
It doesn't. Actually, dial it back a few years, and The Hobbit would have been just fine with only 2 films.
Well, you're
which
the
was
one.
The original plan.
That was one of the
That was
biggest
original
Torn
plan, 2
Tuesdays.
films.
We're here at episode 700, but one of the big Torn Tuesdays is we were at Comic-Con. And we were live streaming from the red carpet press room at Comic-Con. When you got the exclusive, you literally asked Peter Jackson, hey, what's this rumor we hear about 3 movies? And he just blurted it out.
He did. He totally said it.
You got the scoop. And I remember watching Access Hollywood and Entertainment Tonight, Eon Line, all the big cameras suddenly whipped across your
Rushed
shoulder.
over here. They came right over to me because
like,
Peter was
what?
admitting that he was bouncing from 2 films up to 3 films to make The Hobbit like that.
And we had video of it. We sent it to the editors at The One Ring back home, and they didn't even want to publish it because they didn't believe it. They're like, there's no way The Hobbit can be a trilogy. You know how big that book is compared to Lord of the Rings? Like,
yeah, I know. But hey, that's
we've
wild.
we've had so many scoops over the 700 episodes.
Scoops. We've had sit-down interviews with some of the most amazing luminaries in the world of fantasy and science fiction.
You got Ralph Bakshi's final interview.
I did. I
And
got
it was
Ralph
all
Bakshi's
about
interview, and it was wild.
Lord of the Rings.
It was all about rings and his career. We got to interview Peter Swords King, who worked with Weta in New Zealand to create Anduril and the actual weapons that they used in the films.
One of my favorites is Kevin Eastman,
coolest.
the creator of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, he was great.
Told us that the whole Ninja Turtles universe is based on Lord of the Rings. 4 hobbits, 4 turtles. Casey Jones is Aragorn. Splinter is Gandalf. Like, he literally built the entire Turtles world because of his passion. And his wedding ring was the One Ring.
Exactly.
That Kevin Eastman is a ringer.
He showed me live on the air that his gold wedding band is not just a boring old band of gold, but there was the writing of Mordor on the inside of his wedding band. And I looked at him and I said, how'd you get your wife to actually agree to do that? Wouldn't you want something more benevolent on your wedding band? And he's like, no. Period. That was it.
I tell you, Cliff, but
Did you know? He didn't want to talk turtles. He wanted to talk about dragons and hobbits and wizards for the whole interview.
That's
it was
what
great.
we did.
It was really great.
But
I
Cliff,
love that guy. He was great.
Tell me what you were feeling when we did this one interview, because this is the most like you dressed up for it. Like you were kind of verklempt about it. You were really nervous going into it, but when you finally, after 20 years, finally were able to interview for 2 solid hours Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, that was a career best.
Tell me about that.
He was releasing a film called Falling. And this is before the Western movie.
His directorial debut.
His directorial debut was Falling, and it was about a son dealing with his father who is struggling with Alzheimer's, or the beginning stages of what would become Alzheimer's. And we got to interview Viggo and his son at the same time, and we talked I talked about my relationship with my dad. We talked about all these things, and it was so, humanizing. It was a very humanizing thing. And he kept it so real. Nobody on earth that I've ever interviewed has been as real personable and organic as Viggo Mortensen. He's so genuine and very, very kind. He spent a lot more time with us than he should have. It was a lot more. And I got to admit, he's a great director. And we want to see Viggo Mortensen come in to work on season 3 of The Rings of Power, or better yet, it should happen now. Now that Andy Serkis is going to be working on The Hunt for Gollum, Viggo should come in and be second unit. Imagine Viggo, second unit director, doing all these things.
Just give him his own movie
with Andy Serkis, because that's the stepping stone. If you're going to
give Viggo his own movie, directing a young Aragorn.
I would love
Viggo
that.
Directing a young Aragorn.
Talk
about owning the character.
That would be great. Oh my gosh! So then they would recast and have some other younger actor be a younger Aragorn, but Viggo
Warners,
would be the
are you
director.
listening?
That's not a bad idea, y'all. That's not a bad idea. Yes, thank you very much.
Well, Cliff, one of my favorite stories of Torn Tuesday over the years, since this is our 700th episode, is. No, he does now. He's been working out. Henry
is amazing.
Henry Mortensen. You can find him on Instagram. Henry Mortensen. He lives here in LA, and that would be super fun. But
he's cool though. He's the kid who got his dad to do the job. You know that story.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that story. Because Viggo was sitting on the fence, and then his 12-year-old son, Henry, said, "Dad, come on. You got to do this movie. You got to do it." And he went down to New Zealand and did it.
Cliff, but as we're thinking about 700 episodes, that was one of your shining moments. But one of the things I'm most proud of this show and the Torn community is we did that road to DragonCon where we drove from here to DragonCon Atlanta.
And while we were driving,
live streamed the whole way,
and we were the first to ever do it.
Yeah, this is before Twitch existed.
Before any of it existed,
it was Stickam. It was Justin TV, but it was Stickam.
And we had these giant portable packs that were from AT&T, I think.
Yeah,
and it allowed us to have a continuous broadcast signal as we drove across hundreds and thousands of empty miles of highway. We kept the signal going. We got stuck in a tornado zone. We had to get off the road because of the storms coming over. We were just trying to get to Atlanta, Georgia.
But we were meeting fans all along the way. But most important is that we had there were over 1 million people watching us on Stickam, and 2 of those people were from Northern California, Kelly Rice and Alex Rice, and they became fans of the show. They started mailing us watercolor drawings of each other.
Oh shit! Yeah,
and they were total fangirls. They came down to go to Disneyland, and they DM'd us and said, "Hey, we'd like to meet you guys, or be where you're doing the show." And so they came by for Torn Tuesday, and we just struck up a friendship with them. And
they're in the chat. Happy Hobbit is in the chat right now.
They weren't even Happy Hobbit yet. They were just just a couple sisters here that came and met us, and we hung out. And then they came to Comic-Con with us like a month later.
They did.
Trusted us to come to Comic-Con. They met all the Weta Workshop folk.
Kelly said she did it. Kelly said, I did the whole watercolor painting of Cliff and Justin. Do we have that somewhere?
She's in the chat room. It's got to be somewhere in a box.
It's got to be in one of those Meltdown Comics boxes.
Yeah, I got to find
probably.
it. But she Kelly went to Comic-Con just a few weeks after meeting us after watching the show.
Yes.
She struck up a friendship with the folks at Weta Workshop.
Yes.
And within a year or two, they offered her a job in New Zealand.
Yes,
And
they sure did.
From our little podcast, someone got a job working at Weta, which is a dream come true. And then she went on and edited the ultimate book on the making of Lord of the Rings. It's called Middle Earth Script to Scream. It's like a $300 hardcover.
And it's out of print, and it's impossible to find, but it's a great book.
And then they started a YouTube channel, and then they blew up, and they were on Jay Leno because of their YouTube videos for The Hobbit, and they were on CNN. And then they were brought into Rings of Power, and then Kelly was interviewed in the Wall Street Journal, and like she's just on this like rocket ship of life because they left their front door and went on an adventure with us.
That's true. They did. They absolutely,
and it's just the most heartwarming thing. And Cliff, we just got a video.
Are you doing this to me? Oh my God, you're gonna
Kelly.
make me cry.
So let's play this video.
Hello, Cliff and Justin. Happy 700th episode of Torn Tuesday. The time has absolutely flown past. I remember it was back in you guys will have to help me on the dates here, 2011. 2010 when you guys did the Road to Dragon Con, and my sister and I randomly tuned in and we're so excited to call in and answer a trivia question and talk to some of you. And then that led us to Torn Tuesday, and I used to check the onering.net, refresh the page, the website back in the day, not kidding, 5 times a day for news about The Hobbit and anything Tolkien related. And then in 2012, had the opportunity to meet you guys in person and be guests on the show. And my sister and I were visiting Los Angeles, and never knew that these gentlemen we saw online who shared so much of our love and passion for Tolkien would then become some of our dearest friends. And my sister, Alex Feely, didn't feel up to helping me record this just now, but she wanted me to pass along the message of, Cliff, how much effort you put into making every nerd feel so welcome and valued, and how rare that is in the world, and how difficult that is to do. And I 100% agree with her. And Justin, we love the dynamic you've always had with Cliff. It's just been so entertaining for so many years, and we're just so proud of you both, and I'm honored to call both of you Melons. So congratulations again for 700 episodes. Absolutely remarkable. And lots of love from this happy hobbit in my corner of the Shire.
Oh God, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. She's beautiful. She's a wonderful, talented woman and a really talented fantasy writer using the pen name K.M. Rice. And her Darkling series is great stuff. So, to see her go from just gardening around the house to living such a huge adventure, like you said, that's very aspirational to me. And Kelly, I love you. I love you with all my heart. And I want to say thank you for uplifting me as you have, and you continue to do. Uplift me every day. She's amazing. Especially this weekend, when we were in the thick of it with the convention.
Oh, it was crazy.
And there was Kelly, always was a center of calm and personal, energy. She was so uplifting. It was great. And you too, Nancy. You were like an oasis of calm and absolute brilliance when everything was kind of bonkers and we're trying to keep all the plates spinning on stage. There you were, being so kind and supportive and very centering to be around you. I love you too, Nancy. You're fabulous. I know Kelly couldn't be here, but thank you for that message. And give Alex all of our love, and hope she's feeling better.
Well, Cliff, we don't get 700 episodes without a bunch of people supporting us, and I feel like we have to acknowledge the OneRing.net and the founders that created the website, that keep a website going for 25 years.
This is our original bowling shirt. This is the Tornadoes bowling shirt. where we made the 9 ring wraiths into the 9 bowling pins, and they're being bowled over by the ring itself. This was our team bowling shirt. That's why it says staff on here, right? Oh, this is one of the original, and yes, I can still fit into it.
There you go.
I was asking, my roommate was Josh Long, who does Collecting the Precious on our website. And I said, hey, Josh, can I put this on? Does it still fit? And he said, no, Cliff, just put it away. He was really rather frank with me. And I'm like, fine, I won't. I'll save it for today. So here I am. And it
works.
It works. It totally fits.
It still fits. But
so great.
I've
got my Comic-Con badge.
The One Ring exists because of all the volunteer staff that help post all the articles and go to conventions and set up the events and book the hotels and deal with the studios
and wrote all the books. We've
published books.
2 books. A fan website that actually has their Tolkien scholarship at Wheaton College in Illinois, right next to all the other academic and scholarship books, about 100 feet away from the writing desk where Professor Tolkien wrote The Lord of the Rings, which is on
with
display.
the tea stains on it.
The tea stains on the desk, right there at Wheaton College. Isn't that amazing? For a fan website that never made any money and never sold any, any advertising. It was every now and then we tried to sell some ad space just to keep the servers running because we never made any money. And we just did it as volunteers. And for us to have lasted this long as an ongoing, vital space for the fandom, that's really something that we should reckon with.
Well, we only keep doing the show because there's an audience that wants to watch. So we thank all of you at home that tune in every week, whether we're in person here or we're at a different location or we're driving across the country on a dashboard or we're on Zoom. We appreciate that you guys at home tune in and join us in the chat, and that's what really keeps the show going, that there's an audience to loves Tolkien.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all. You're very kind.
And Scum and Villainy has been our home for over 6 years now, and we're so glad that they're doing better than ever, and they're in the heart of Hollywood, and they've got it all set up for all these different podcasts and stuff, and this is it's just great. 14 years we've been doing this, Cliff.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't.
Were we ever that young?
My niece wasn't even born yet.
That's insane, man. When you think about it, that's really insane. But you know what? All credit to you, good sir.
Yes,
You kept the fire going underneath our britches when we needed it. When somebody had to pull strings behind the curtain, you got the things to pull. When we needed the coverage to get something shown on the air, you got it. And even when I had a really, really bad day and I was sick or off working a job or something, you still were there in the captain's chair. And and a lot of people try to give me a hell of a lot of acknowledgement, but now it's my turn to give some acknowledgement to you, Justin. We wouldn't have been able to do it at all these years. And with the big horizons that are now open up in front of us now, much bigger horizons than we thought we would see. And I think that almost all of it, with some small contribution from me, that most all of it is due to you, good sir.
Thank you, sir.
To you, due to you.
Thank you.
I'll never forget you, brother. Could never have done it without you, man. This guy.
Well,
this fucking guy.
I'm going to drink to that.
This guy. I love this guy. Oh no, there was an F-bomb. Oh, censored. You know how rarely we never get more than a darn or a gosh darn nabbit.
Because Tolkien didn't write like that.
He didn't.
Said, purged of the gross.
Purged of the gross.
No vulgarities.
And then suddenly Peter Jackson gives us a dwarf climbing out of a toilet. I mean, you didn't know there were toilets in Middle-earth until Peter Jackson showed you one. I love you, Peter. I'm teasing you.
Yes.
I'm totally teasing you. I'm teasing you.
Cliff, we're still so exhausted over Comic-Con, which ended less than 48 hours ago.
I'm completely energized. What about you?
I didn't pack up the booth until 3 a.m. on Sunday night. So
that was a lot.
I'm still on Comic-Con time right now, but
man,
it was important that we came here for 700. And I'm so happy that all
really
of our
glad
friends,
you're here.
Thank you to all of our friends that sent in videos. You guys mean the world to us and everything. So, but Cliff, thank you so much for being on this.
700 going strong. And you know what? here's to future days. Everyone, here's to future days. To your good health and to your wealth and to your longevity and to all good things that continue through our lives, to all of you together. Well done. Thank you, folks, for being here. Thank you to the live audience, which is being provided by all these wonderful folks. Thank you, live audience. And to JC and team, Audrey, the wonderful, hardworking folks at Scum and Villainy. We love you guys. Thanks for doing this
Keep
for us.
texting me. Your phone number is 530-643-7636. 64 Frodo is really my phone number, and I'll send you some courtesy of Middle Earth, some coasters from Middle Earth Enterprises. Thank you so much to Middle Earth Enterprises
thank
for
you, Middle Earth
supporting
Enterprises.
that.
I think Dennis wants one of these. You ready?
We're gonna cheers.
We're going to cheers.
All
Here we
right.
go. Here's the shot. It comes in pints. I'm getting me one.
I can't believe we had the two hobbits singing those songs here at the bar. Anyway,
here. Yeah,
so
totally right
so
here.
many memories. We're
have to?
gonna pull some clips over the next few weeks and just start posting
gonna
because
show
some
some
of
good
these
clips.
moments were so magic. But Cliff, take us out as you normally do.
It's time to say goodnight, everybody. But as we like to also remind you, join us here next week at 5 p.m. Pacific time for another episode of mischief, gossip, rumors, and maybe some real news if we can get our hands on it. We are theonering.net. Point your web browser to the page, theonering.net. Follow us on all socials. Take out the dot. It's just the One Ring Net. Me, personally, I am QuickBeam2000 on Blue Sky and on Instagram. And you know what else there is to say before we say goodnight? I love you all, people. We couldn't have been this community without you all being here with us. To everybody who's online, I love you guys, all of you folks online. And I want to say, as I usually do, good night and good luck. Or better yet, buenos noches y buena suerte. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.